Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? Welcome to our show. We're so glad you're here. Tonight is Tuesday, February 21st, 2023. I can't even believe I'm saying that. But isn't that crazy? Okay, Danielle of D's Enlightened Edits has joined us and damseldesigns.com. Hey, Maria and Leo, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you, sweetheart. Danielle is our amazing friend. Oh, there's her website. Thank you, Leo. Our amazing friend. She is a spiritual medium. She is a teacher. She's a healer. Um, she's a reader. She does amazing things. I had a session with Danielle a couple of months ago that just shifted everything. Danielle, I have so many stories to tell you too. We got to have another phone conversation. Oh, thank you, honey. You're so sweet. I sent Danielle a concert that my old neighbor Dana recorded a couple years ago. I did a concert at the duplex of Original Stuff, and my neighbor secretly recorded it. And then he came clean and said, I have a confession. I recorded your show. And I was like, well, let me listen to it. And it was actually good quality. So thanks for doing that, Dana Nicholson. He now lives in Wisconsin. He's a great guy. So tonight, speaking of great guys, my guest is Marcus Simeone. He's been my friend for a really, really long time. And I'm going to venture to say, this might piss a few people off, but Marcus is my favorite male vocalist in the city. Now, I know people are going to be rattled, but it's the truth. Rena Cugnali Berge, my beautiful cousin from Massachusetts, has joined us. Hi, honey bunny. How are you? Andy Prasky. Hello, everyone. Hello, Andy. How are you doing? And
hi, weather girl.
I love when you say that, Leo. He calls Rena Cugnali, hey, weather girl. When I listen back to the show and podcast, I always laugh when you say that.
She's gonna be my snow sister this week.
Yes, Leo is getting snow up in Idlewild, California. That's where he's coming in from. And Rena is in Massachusetts. And Rena, from what I hear,
Hey, Andy,
you're going to get hit with some snow up there. We haven't had any. New York hasn't had any snow all year.
not one flake of the snow variety.
I mean, if the flake happened, I didn't see it. I don't know where the hell I was. You know, it could have come down, but it was nothing.
That's what I've heard. You guys are having a dry. Well,
I know. Hi, Maria. Leo says Lauren Muffson. Hi, Lauren Muffson.
Hi, Lauren.
Wow, Lauren's famous. I love her. She's my Saturday night sidekick at Brandy's Piano Bar.
What did I see the other day? A variety of the Mamma Mia tours, and they were talking about the character that Lauren plays, and they did a variety of through the years of what it was, and just she's one of my favorites.
Wow. Did you hear that, Lauren?
She's one of my favorites in that role, and I love that show. I'm not it's hard for me to like a lot of new musicals for some reason. You know, I really. I stand by. I like the classics and such, and so for the ones that come out that I do like that are newer, you know, and Mamma Mia, although it is a jukebox musical, look it up. A musical theater. I know.
I know.
It is. It's one of my favorites. You
very
sing
well
all
loved.
the songs.
Yeah. When Lauren does her big 10:30 number, it's pin drop quiet.
I don't want to talk.
She does it, and every you could bet money on this. Someone always goes like this. So start singing. Go ahead, Leo.
I don't want to talk.
Oh, somebody always, Lauren. You
about
don't pay attention
because
you'll be distracted. But it happens every week. Bobby and I laugh. It's like, oh, someone has that memory.
I think it was me when I was there. I turned my stool around. I was
you took a gasping breath, perhaps. Speaking of cousins, my cousin Rena has joined us. My cousin Cora Gothier.
Hi, Cora.
Oh my God, she says hello, Maria and Leo. Hello, Cora. I'm so excited because I'm going to get to see Cora next month.
Yay!
Scott Ryan, our friend, is getting married in Fort Lauderdale, and my cousin Cora lives right near where it's happening, so I'm going to stay at her house. I am flying in after Brandy's Going to the
Wow.
straight to I know, I'm crazy. Going to
Maria,
the wedding.
I can't believe you need a jet.
I need a body double is what I need. I need to
Oh,
send people in
no.
for stupid things. You know, the
Your body does
pharmacy and the
the one that takes the nap, well, and
oh,
you send you
yeah,
out.
and then I could do the other stuff. Cora, me neither. I can't wait either. It's gonna be so great. Anyway, I'm flying in. I'm going to Scotty's wedding. Scotty was my old roommate. Such a great guy. He's getting married in Fort Lauderdale. And then I'm gonna fly back because I gotta work at Stonewall that next night.
Cora,
Although
you're gonna have to be my Florida spy. You know, I do have one in Boston, that takes
Rena.
pictures for me. So yeah, so
Oh
that's gonna
wow.
be your
Okay.
assignment, Cora.
Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of Miami, speaking of Florida, Chip McGoldrich has joined us. Hi, Chip.
Hi,
How's it
Chip.
going, honey?
76 and
It's
80.
76 and 80 there. Wow. Eudania Mesa Dominguez has joined us, and she
Huh.
says, "Oh boy, how fun!" I'm sure she's being sarcastic.
When did we get the hyphenation?
It's been
That's
a
new
while,
to
I guess.
me.
Yeah,
Really? I
that's her
haven't
mother's. Dominguez is her mother's name.
okay.
Anyway, she says one day travel. Well, now you see, she's doing the Z's.
When
She's
is
being funny. Well, I don't know. I mean, I have to think about it, but I got places to be, honey. I have places to be.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I have to tell you, Maria, just an update. The revolution has begun. There's 2 revolutionaries in our green room right now.
oh
We're
my
waiting
God.
for the
All right. So tonight, I reached out to my friend Marcus Simeone, who I have said, and might
Hi,
rattle
Kenny.
some cages. Hi, Kenny. What's going on, honey? But Marcus is my favorite male vocalist in the city. I love his voice so much. It's very Johnny Mathis. It's very many things, but
Yeah. Yep,
it's
yep, yep.
very Johnny Mathis.
Yeah,
And
I couldn't pin it, but yes.
yes, but
Now
he
there it
also
is.
does so much R&B and stuff. So, but to me, it's just that beautiful quality that's very reminiscent of
Well,
Johnny Mathis.
actually,
And I saw. Oh, go ahead.
there's a little taste. And that's Lena Kutraka. Oh, and
Yeah,
Sean.
and Sean Hartness.
Like I've known them forever. It's Sean and Lena. Oh my
Listen to Sean's guitar.
Lena just had a great opening at
At
Birdland.
Birdland. I think it was last night.
Yeah.
What would you think if I sang out to? Would you stand up and walk
See,
by
it's like
It's
velvet.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
I mean, what was that? 3
in
notes and
your
I'm melting.
ears, and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing again.
Oh,
I
beautiful.
get by
So
with my friends.
they're not going to be on with us tonight, though. We have other. Marcus always has a posse. We have other amazing people that are joining us, but we
What a
love
tease,
Lena
though.
and we love Sean. Lena did a show at Birdland last night, and Sean Harkness, I'm sure, is everywhere there is to be. Look at Judy is still making Z sounds like she's falling asleep because of the way that I live my life. Honey, I'm sorry. She's always like, "Oh God."
You know, let's wake her up.
Oh, there it
Ow!
is. Mr. February. Cora, I don't know if you have one of these.
Ooh,
Did I mail
Cora.
you one of these? Cora, but if you don't have one, I will mail you one or I'll bring one when I come to
Show it.
visit.
Show it.
So this is Mr. February. He had Manuel Soto. I call him Manny, but he said only me and his mother can call him Manny. That is our February guide. This is our Nothing But the Apron calendar. It's a little that month is a little X-rated, but that's our show's gone into that area now.
It's a bit cheeky, is what I like to say.
Very cheeky.
Bit
Speaking of which,
cheeky,
I worked
lovey.
with Wiltie and Hall this weekend.
Oh,
I go,
puppet.
Puppet. I worked with him on Saturday. He's so funny. Yeah. Danielle's laughing at you, Judy. She says, yeah, because Judy's always like, oh, yeah, that sounds fun. Like, just fly him. I have things to do, honey. I have places to be. Anyway, okay. So it is now. We're going to go very soon. We're going to Zoom. Is Marcus with us?
Not yet. We do have Tracy and Marty.
Okay. We can always bring them in. Next year, I should take a picture like that. Yeah. I don't care. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Well, you were Miss October last year. Remember that? So
Oh, I don't have it.
yeah, but we'll have to bring her back in. I think she wants to be. I think she secretly wants to be every month. I think
Well, that's just going to have to be a special edition
that's a
2024.
special edition calendar. Yeah. Oh my God, Sean Patrick Murtaugh has joined us. I'm working, texting from the back. Just wanted to say hi. Don't tell my boss. Nobody knows, Sean. Your secret is safe with me. All right. So, if Marcus has not joined us yet, that's okay. I just want to make sure he's not texting me and he's trying to get on here. Okay, let me see. Marcus, and I can, okay, that's all right. Okay, it's okay. Just come on. He's texting me.
Okay.
All right. So, because here we go. Lots going on tonight. A lot of great. As a matter of fact, we were going to ask Danielle. Danielle, all of a sudden tonight, my microphone, I plugged in my microphone and it cut out the sound.
The opening tonight.
The opening.
Went,
and the opening was glitched out. So
yeah.
Leo said maybe we should ask Danielle. Something's going on.
I said it was grandma. I thought I said it was Nona.
Might be my Nana. Yeah, I don't know. Now she's getting real feisty, but I don't know what's happening here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, so you know what I would say? I would say, why don't we bring on Tracy Stark first?
Mm-hmm.
And then when Marcus, we're going to bring everybody on, one at a time, because I want to give everybody
We should we can also give a little heads up of what we're going to be talking about. I just happen to have a little picture here.
I love that. Go for it, Leo.
Of what the Revolutionary Band is going to be doing.
Yes.
On February 26th.
Which is this Sunday. So, but this Sunday is crazy because I think Marcus is doing a double. You think I'm crazy? If I'm not mistaken, I think Marcus is with Marty G from 1 to 4 in Staten Island.
And in Staten Island?
Yes, that's where he lives.
And then, oh wow.
And then he's going to the Village at Cafe Wa, and he's with Emily Surtees. So
Cafe what?
Cafe Wa, which is famous. It's on the corner of Minetta Lane and McDougal Street. So
look at the artists they're going to choose. Stevie Wonder, love it. Chaka Khan, Aretha Franklin. I love Al
so
Green.
many great. So, but I was looking at Emily's page because we just became Facebook friends, and oh my God, she does all the divas. So, and they all have gigs coming up. They all have gigs. I brought them on with Marcus because they all have gigs with, a lot of them have gigs with Marcus. That's the common denominator. But they each are amazing musicians on their own. Tracy is a musical director. She has a show with Marcus in May. But this is Emily with us?
Not yet. Oh,
okay.
But
well, let's bring on Marty. Let's bring Marty on.
El Senor just arrived. The revolutionary, the El Capitan.
Okay.
Has just arrived.
Let's bring on Marcus and Marty. Oh my God, Marcus! Thank God, I was so worried. Are you there, honey? Okay, you're muted, Marcus. Marcus, you're muted, honey. Marcus is muted. I don't know if he'll hear us. Somebody tell Marcus is muted. Let me. Okay, hold on a second. There's Marty. Let's talk to Marty. Is Marcus? I'm telling you, it's one of those nights. Something is happening.
Got it.
Oh,
there you go.
He's on, honey. Thank God.
All
okay.
Right.
So we have Marcus Simeone has joined us from his office. There you are. You see, you look wonderful on your phone. It doesn't matter.
Oh, no. Zoom out.
We're having so many fun tonight, technically.
I have this crazy light bulb. My light bulb went out the other day, which is usually like a soft, normal yellow light. And I put this one in, and it's some kind of it almost looks fluorescent, but it's supposed to be an energy saver. It's such an ugly light.
I know. Sometimes that happens. What are you going to do? I know. My lights are crazy, too. Marty, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. You know, I've been, and there's Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
Oh, I'm on. Hi.
Yes, you're on, too. I have been watching Marcus's page, and I noticed that you're on a lot, Marty. And I'm like, who is this Marty person? I don't know Marty G. I want to know Marty G. So let's start with Marcus and Marty G. You guys, this Sunday you have a gig in Staten Island, right?
Yes.
So Marcus, am I right that you're doing a gig in the day at Staten Island and then going to Cafe Wa at night?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's I mean, it's hard sometimes. I said to Marty, I'm like, we get a lot of work, and then Emily's trying to really build up the band,
Yeah.
and then I like going to concerts and Broadway shows, and just like trying to balance like work life. Like I said to Marty, I may need, because this Sunday brunch may turn into like a steady gig for a while.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I may need to like not do it one Sunday. Like if I'm working with him Sat Friday, then Saturday, and then, or Emily, or if Tracy and I have a show running, and then like it's bookended with. So I love it because I'm working, I'm making money, and
Yeah.
I'm doing what I really enjoy. It's just,
Absolutely.
it's tiring, but in a good way.
Yeah, honey, you're preaching to the choir. I completely agree. It's funny. People always are like, "Well, why do you do so much?" My answer is because people are still asking me to.
Yeah,
As long as
exactly.
as there's an audience that says we'd like to hear what you have to do, I'm there. Now, Marty, you play the saxophone, right?
Yes, I do.
And how did you two meet?
Well, man,
Wait, should I
I mean,
preface it, Marty?
well,
It was
first of
like it
all,
was a little bit like it was a little bit like Fatal Attraction.
Oh,
no,
No.
no, no. Um, I actually had seen a picture of him in a restaurant some 25 years ago where he was playing opposite me on a different night. And I had heard a great buzz. Oh, this gentleman's an unbelievable singer. Oh, many years passed, and I heard about this guy who sings great at the Staten Island Christmas show at the St. George Theater that he's been performing for many years. And we happen to have a mutual friend, etc. And I reached out to him, and I said, "Listen, I know you used to play in restaurants and do dinner music. I says I would love to be able to play with you." So he came over one night, and I don't know. It's already been a year, and we're just doing so well. And as you said in the very beginning, one of your favorite New York singers, well, Marcus and all the people that he knows are extremely the best in the business,
yep, I
and,
agree.
and they're just so special. And any of us, Tracy, Emily, myself, Sean, Lena, etc., that have an opportunity to perform with him, he brings us to a level that's so musically, and I call it musical magic. And
Yeah.
he gets the very best out of us as musicians, singers, writers, pianists, whatever it may be. And we're able to create something that's really, really special. So I consider myself very fortunate to now become a friend of his and to play with him professionally. So it's been a great journey. And as I say, the storm is coming, more work and more people are finding out about Marcus and Marty G and Eminem Entertainment, as
Yep.
well as he has other projects. So it's going really, really well. And every time we play, it's something special. And I can tell you, every week we're getting more and more people that want to follow us to wherever we're playing.
Yeah.
And also, I've done some work with Emily with SRB, another incredible group that Marcus Simeone co-leads with Emily. Played sax with them a couple of times, and that's also incredible. She is another wonderful singer, and like I said, Marcus Simeone only knows the very best. So it's a privilege and an honor to be with him on these gigs and whatever he could bring me on to other things. So I'm having a great time. I've been playing myself for over 50 years. I
Wow.
was a music educator for 32 years in the New York City Board of Ed as a band director.
Wow, that's amazing, Marty.
Yeah, as a young kid, I went to the High School of Performing Arts when it was on 46th Street, what we know today as the famed school, and got a
Yeah.
degree as a classical clarinetist from Manhattan School of Music. So I have some background, but I'm having a great time and a great ride performing with Marcus, and got a chance to meet Tracy a year ago at Marcus's birthday
Tracy's
party.
amazing. We're going to get
And
to Tracy
I
in a
was
minute.
very, very impressed. A magnificent pianist and a tremendous talent in her own right.
Yep. And very humble, I might add.
Yeah.
So Marcus and Marty are at Ralph's for Sunday brunch this Sunday, 1 to 4. Ralph's is on 1571 Richmond Road, Staten Island. And if you're
That's
a
correct.
Staten Island person, you know exactly where it is.
And we
the
also have
floor-
other venues, Bocelli's Restaurant in Grasmere of Staten Island, Vitalia Restaurant,
I saw
to
that.
the
I
Outer
noticed.
Bridge. So things are going well. We're having fun. We're having fun. And
You know,
people,
I have to interrupt you, Marty, because the thing that's become so interesting is like, yeah, years ago I worked in a restaurant singing. Like 25 years ago, I stood in the corner with this really trumped up, like bougie karaoke system, and I made really good money. That's the restaurant Marty was playing at the same time. But it was always like background music, you know. I didn't have all the experience I had in cabaret and with the wedding bands. And so now, when I said to him, when he had said, well, you know, it's like dinner music, I'm thinking incidental music, you know, and you stand there, whatever. But Marty always points out to me at the end of a gig, he goes, this wasn't dinner music. This was a friggin' concert. He goes, look at that.
Right.
Because like people stop and then the phones go up and people come up and dance. And
Yeah.
then of course I'm sorry, but you, as usual, you work at a piano bar, a lot of drunks hanging over us.
Oh, yeah.
Like what we
Well,
call
that's par
bandstand
for the
going,
course.
I'll give you 100 if you do that. So it gets a little crazy, but it's interesting. I think that's partly because of his, listen, when he was first reaching out to me, I thought that I got like 3 phones going here because I just got a new phone. That's another story. I had to, and I don't know how to even shut the volume. He had reached out to me through private messenger several times, and I was polite. I didn't know him. It was pandemic. Everything was weird about that time, right? And then I heard him play. And I was still like, even on video, you can't appreciate Marty. You have to experience Marty live. Like you have to be there when Marty plays in his element. So then I finally went on our first gig, which we were both terrified. I hadn't played a restaurant in 20 years. He hadn't played in a long time. And we were both like, what do we do if they ask for like disco or something? I mean, we learned, you know, if they want to dance for an hour, good. We don't have to play and sing, whatever,
Right,
you know.
right.
So we were nervous about all that. But he played, and like he does, like, it's an interesting format because I'll do a vocal, he'll do a sax solo, and then we'll do something together. Then I'll do a vocal. He's very much in the vocals with me sometimes, you know.
Yep.
But people get to hear him. So like he'll do a version of All in Love is Fair.
I totally understand because that's how Lynn Cordes and I operate.
So I was like, oh, this guy, this you know, is great. We could make some money and we could have fun and, you know.
So, okay, because I really want to bring Tracy on, and then we'll just everybody.
Yeah.
So now, Tracy, do you play at any of these shows with Marcus, or I know you two have your own thing, but are you playing at any of these venues?
No, I don't know. I only go to Staten Island when I really, really, really have to, and it's usually at Marcus's request. But
thank you.
But
who else?
But Marcus and I do our own shows usually.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But Marcus, because he's a vocal slut, and me because I'm a piano slut, we do our own things, and then we meet in.
Yes.
They're usually quite special. They're usually they're usually planned out, and you know, as opposed to doing a restaurant or a bar where you have to play for 5-6 hours, you know. They're usually it's usually a cabaret show. It's usually an hour. It's, you know, and
you've also written songs together, right, Tracy and Marcus?
We have.
I love your songs.
We've got like 6 songs now together.
we almost have an album's worth. We've written more than that, but we play 6 songs. We've written a few others that
right
aren't quite
there yet, but they'll get there. But we do really special things like Tracy said, and I don't want to spend too long on this particular topic, but it really is a bone of contention with me. I don't know why. We did a Janician show.
I love Janice.
At the Metropolitan Room, which nobody does. Lenny Watts directed. It was a brilliant piece. We used her voice, her recordings
Wow.
in her bio from her autobiography, her audiobook. And Tracy's arrangements and the band that she put together and the information we shared was so amazing. And we went out to like 15 people every performance. And I was like, I'm not getting this. So now, because artists like to punish themselves, we were talking about Jimmy Webb. I think Jimmy Webb has a bit of a broader appeal. But it's that old thing when we work together, right? And we have done, Tracy, paid work together. We've gotten parties, shows. We were flown to Maine. We were flown to Florida. We were hoping that would have continued. But yeah, but I'm thinking, like, I think that's that kind of stuff. If we were getting paid, to do a gig like we did P-Town, it was a guarantee. It was great. We put this great show together, and we did the Janisinian show there.
Right.
So if we could get like cabaret bookings in that sense, where you get something,
right?
But it's a struggle for us. And then musically, we have to look at, and she could talk about this. Stripping things down is great. If we have to go out with vocal and piano, because that's what our budget is, then we have to go out like that.
Right.
But it was really nice when we had piano, bass, percussion. Her playing was beautiful. It was such a great show. And I just want to say that I was disappointed that it really didn't.
Well, you know what I think this comes down to is that as artists, we know what we love to do. And what we love to do is things that we really like, that are thoughtful, that we really, that touch us, that we want to share with an audience. And yet to get people to come to certain shows is not easy. People don't realize that half the time you're barely breaking even. People are like, why do you do that? And then that's why you have to do the other stuff. You have to do the bigger stuff to finance the stuff you really, not that you don't want to do that stuff. Of course, we want to do all of it. But you have to find, like, I've been working in piano bars forever, and that's hard work. That's like physically grueling work, but it pays the bills, so I can put a show together and go to Boston or wherever the hell I want. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I get it. Now, Tracy, what are you up to these days? You're always up to something.
Yeah, I play with a lot of singers, and I love doing that. You're absolutely right, though. That's my job, and I love my job. I'm writing a lot with people. I'm writing a little bit by myself. But yeah, we're doing this to pay for the personal art. Yeah.
For the Jimmy Webb show.
Yeah, right. But now, I think the Jimmy Webb show is going to be just you and me, right? I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think you can pull that stuff. A lot of his songs are so intimate. It doesn't need all the bells and whistles. Yeah. Now, I would like to just acknowledge some of the people that have joined us. So, Julie Cesari, who was an old friend of mine, who was a director when I worked in Tony and Tina's Wedding, that actually got me my equity card. She hired me. I was a non-equity person. She says she knows you. It's Julie from Santa Monica.
Yeah.
So how do you know Julie?
Because I did Tony and Tina's Wedding in San Francisco.
Oh my God, that's crazy!
No, it's crazy, and that was in. Am I allowed to date myself? It was in, I believe, 1992.
Yeah, I started doing the show in 91. So yes. Yeah. And I think that San Francisco company had just come to New York.
Yeah.
Because the companies, a lot of the actors merged. Karen Vergano has joined us. Mario Davila has joined us. Mario Cantone has joined us. Justine Mary. I'm going from 2 different sites that I'm looking at. So people are joining us. Now, let me just go through some of the stuff that's happening this week. So once again, if you just joined us, Marcus and Marty are doing a show at Ralph's in Staten Island, and that is a Sunday brunch show from 1 to 4, 1571 Richmond Road, and that seems like it's going to be an every Sunday thing, or most Sundays. So check that out. Go to Marcus's page or Marty's page, and also the restaurant page. and check that out. And then Marcus, you're coming into the city to work with Emily, and Emily is Stage Revolution Band, right? And has she joined us yet?
I don't know
Leo?
if she's. I
She might
don't
not be
know
able
if.
to join us.
Yeah,
Okay,
she said she might not be. She's
no problem,
tired.
honey.
She does. She like
Does
Tracy. You know,
I
she works
saw.
like every night because that pays her rent, and
Yeah,
she's done this for 30 years. And I admire her. Have a great respect for her as a business person for
yep.
as well for being able to manage that.
And she is doing a show with you this Sunday, from I think it's 7 to 9:30. Is that?
No, it's like a cabaret set. I think it's 7 to 8:15.
Oh, okay, 7 to
Something
8:15
like
at the
that.
Cafe Wa, which is on the corner of McDougal Street and Minetta Lane, and it's an amazing space with
Yeah.
great acoustics and just great sound systems. And she's like an R&B like heavy hitter, right?
She right now for February, she hasn't confirmed March yet, but for February she had an every Friday night tribute show. Each week was a different tribute.
Different. I saw that.
Yeah, at City Vineyard, and just to give you an idea, like she'll do one night will be the Ladies of Rock, Alanis Morissette, Katy Perry, and I don't know whoever, Tina Turner, and she sells it,
Right.
And then she'll do Sarah Vaughan, Dinah Washington. She sells it. Then she'll do like Neo Soul, Jill Scott. So she's R&B, but she's able to meld herself into many different things.
Incredible.
Which keeps her working,
She's
So-
every woman.
Yeah, really.
Somebody has to be.
What's so funny is that's what we're doing this Sunday. It's a tribute to the soulful sounds of Al Green, Chaka Khan, Stevie Wonder, and Aretha Franklin.
Wow.
Girls, let me tell you, Marty has witnessed it. She just does, I don't know. She does Aretha Franklin like most people would never even attempt to even do an Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
Like at my birthday, she does Chain of Fools, and I'm like a fan. I'm like, whoa, girl, go, because she's just that, that good. Like,
yeah, and she's working a lot.
Yeah.
Like I looked at her February schedule, and it's packed. It's just packed. So when you sing like that, I mean, when you have pipes like that and you're singing so many nights, that's physical work. People don't understand that singing and playing, and Marty, you're a horn player. That's all breathing, and like you have to really be in that physical place of doing that stuff all the time. And Tracy, what you do is like you have to be in that shape to always be ready to go, and so people, I think a lot of our audience gets it, but a lot of people that are not musicians don't always understand that what we do is very physical, and yet it's what we love. So, like, let me put this out to you, because I ran into a friend of mine this week that's a bass player, and he goes, I'm 71 now. My wife said, when are you going to retire? And he said, retire? Musicians don't retire. So what do you say to that? Tracy, do you think musicians retire?
No, I never want to stop playing. I don't want to go at the pace I'm going now. I don't think I will be able to do that. I would like to slow down a little bit, but I never want to retire. I would like to play enough so that instead of playing every night, maybe I would have a day or two off a week,
Right.
So
and Marty, how about you? How do you, I mean, you did retire in a sense from teaching, right?
Yeah. Well, there's another chapter of my life, and I'm just having a great time. And people are enjoying what I'm doing with Marcus. It's going well. As long as people enjoy what we have to offer musically, keep it going.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Keep it
And
going. I mean, that's
you
what it's
play
all
the
about.
saxophone. Did you always play the sax, even as a kid?
I was a clarinet major for many, many years. That's my main instrument. I have a degree as a classical, and I play flute. And of course, being a
Wow.
band director, I'm versed in all the brass and percussion. So I can play a lot of things. Professionally, I'm enjoying playing the saxophone. And I bring
So
the clarinet once in a while.
do you bring your Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you bring your clarinet or your flute and play at the
Once in
gigs?
a while, I
Yeah,
change it up, and
it'd
people
be
ask,
fun.
"Can you play clarinet?" And they want to hear something from, let's say, the big band era or a swing
Right.
Gershwin.
Right.
And of course, every instrument I see it as a different color, a different texture of sound, and a different period of time in which that instrument fits well. I just had a guy Saturday night when I was playing with Marcus at Vitalia. He goes, "Can you play the clarinet?" I go, "But of course." He goes, "I would love to hear it." So when we go back there, I'll play a couple of swing pieces, and it's
Yeah.
just a totally different sound than the tenor sax that I play in a more commercial
Marty, you're
sounding setting.
absolutely right about it being a time period. Like, if
Yeah.
I hear the clarinet, I
Exactly.
automatically go back to the 40s. Like, it's
Well, you're
instant.
thinking of Benny Goodman and Artie Shore.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
if you looked on Facebook just recently, if Buddy DeFranco was alive, he would have been 100 years old. There's a lot of Buddy DeFranco on Facebook right now celebrating his great clarinet playing, and of course Pete Fountain. So there's a lot of
Right.
great Ken Bukowski, and you'd be surprised. What I admire doing with Marcus is we play so many different styles of music, and during the course of an evening, we'll play almost every genre
we'll
of
go
music.
from we'll go from um, I get a kick out of you right through to Motown, through Roadhouse Blues, through Stormy Monday. It's insane.
Now
But
let
you know
me
what? That's why people
Harry
get into those
Styles, you know.
because it's
right.
interesting.
Harry Styles. Well, I love that. Now, do you have a set list when you guys play, or do you just kind of wing
No,
it?
we kind of look at the crowd, and
I
we
love it.
play, what we enjoy playing also, but we make sure that, I believe during the course of the night, there are many different age brackets of people, that we touch everyone during the course of the night. I think that's what makes our group really unique, is that we have such a wealth of different genres of periods that we can choose from, and that we also enjoy every period, if it's 50s, 60s, or if I'm doing
Yeah.
a Dionne Warwick song and he does an Al Green, and then it's or a doo-wop piece, and then he sings something contemporary. All of a sudden, there are different people that come alive. They're like, "Oh my God, oh my God." And that's what's so great, is to be able to touch people and make them happy. That's what music's all about,
Absolutely,
making
100%.
people happy and
Thank God for
enjoying.
music and food.
Yeah,
Thank God.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, forget all the problems and the stress in life. And for that moment, for me, it's a utopia, and we're having fun, and and if people are digging it, it encourages me as well, Marcus, to be our very best. I even though it's dinner music or it's a restaurant, I, as well as Marcus, and I think anybody who's a consummate musician, I treat it like I'm playing Lincoln Center or Carnegie Hall. I want the sound to
Yes.
be just so. I want the delivery to be just so. And it doesn't matter if you're playing, whatever. You want it to be as good and clean, as beautifully delivered as possible, with the greatest
Absolutely.
musicianship.
I agree 100%. And I have
Yeah.
such respect for that. Musicians that feel that way. Now, Tracy, do you have a set list when you play? Like, if or
If I'm
sometimes I guess if it's a show, of course, but
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I haven't really done piano bar in about a decade, but I do get hired for parties and stuff like that.
mhm.
There was a point where I knew where I made a set list, and it came out to be about 2,000 songs, and it was like
That's
pages
like
and
my
pages and
set
pages.
list.
Um, now I have an iPad, so I have thousands of songs at my fingertips anyway.
Right.
Um, but I don't. I will also read at something like that. I'll read the room. Usually, when I'm playing with singers, there's usually and we do like cabaret shows, hour shows. There's usually a set,
Yeah.
um, a set show. But if I'm doing a party or something like that, I won't come thinking of, and I'll ask the people what they want, and I'll try to read the room, and I'll just
Right,
and I'll
right.
just play whatever, and whatever people want me to play, I will
Yeah.
play. You
That's what it
know,
is. You have to read the
just
room.
like
Well,
piano
in
bar.
that,
you know,
right in that situation, like at the restaurant, that's what makes it interesting. Is that like I'll be watching the room, he'll be watching, and if something goes well, like I hate Sweet Caroline, but I do a freaking awesome. I love doing this at the restaurants too because it's freaky. So I'll do Kiss Prince, which they love, which who knew in a restaurant while they're eating, right? And then the other one that I hate is Sweet Caroline. But
Oh, forget
I
it.
did
They love
it,
that
and I was
song.
like, "Was in the spring," and whoa. So what happens then is if that particular group stays there for a while, you're like, all right, let's pull Roadhouse Blues out. You know, you got to start molding the night to whoever's there in front of you. Especially even if it's like a piano bar is the same thing. You got to hope that singers. I've heard so many piano bar players say, like when you get up at a piano bar, back in the days where I met you at the Duplex.
Yeah.
Don't Tell Mama. I used to go to the old Judy's and get up and sing, and they would always be like, please don't sing a ballad, anything but a ballad. In fact, I remember at Don't Tell Mama one day, they were like, no ballads allowed. I was like, all right, no ballads allowed, because you have to create an atmosphere that's fun. You know, it's like every singer wants to get up and do a ballad. This
is how I feel about it, about these rooms when you have to read a room. It's like you have to musically meet people where they are. So their energy might be like this because it's Friday night, they just got off of work, and they want to make sure they're having a good time. So it's very different than a Sunday afternoon or a cabaret show. It's like, what do they need from you musically? They
Oh,
need
by
to
the way,
release, energy.
He'll sing Sweet Caroline like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, I do
Even if
believe
he doesn't like it, but we make a great show of it, and we enjoy it, even though we laugh about it. He really does an incredible job.
Listen, people want what they want, and if they're going to tip you, that's the
Let
deal.
me tell you something. I wish Emily would have been here. Tracy knows. Oh, Tracy knows Emily. Marty knows Emily. You've never met her. She was leaving Vitalia one day, and we have this like tip box that lights up. And so Emily, when I work with her at Groove, she has a bucket she passes around. I know it's a different atmosphere, but we also take a lot of requests when we're there, like on a Friday night for 4 hours from 9:30 to 1:30. Right. She has this little thing mapped out, and she says, you give me $20 and you ask me to do a song, you put it on the back of a $20 bill, probably gonna do it, maybe. You put it on the back of a 50, that's a pretty good chance we're gonna do it. You put it back on the 100, brother, you're definitely getting it. So one night I was telling Marty, he wasn't on this particular gig, and there was like $950 in there, and she goes, but she's like that, you know, she's like very much she's just very, I don't know.
Well, you know what it is? You have to make things happen. And you have to know, it's like anything else. Look, what we do is music, but it's also sales.
Yeah, there's a whole business part to this.
We're selling an experience. And you know, but I think people understand that. People get that. I want to hear something. Maybe it's our wedding song. Maybe it's like something that puts me in a good mood. They understand that. And most people are, you know, they understand that they have to, you know, tip and things like that. So thank God for people that appreciate stuff. Yes, Leo.
If any of you have been to Ellen's Diner, they have a bucket that they pass around called Phil's bucket. And I managed there for about 1.5 years when I was in New York, and great talent and such like that. But everything that you're saying, what Emily does, that these kids have been doing in that restaurant while they're holding plates, putting in an order with the microphone under one roof.
Wow.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's really hard work. What we do is really hard work. Yeah. But it's really fun.
You've got to be skilled. What people don't understand as a manager of and a performer as well, but having to manage that is that it's time management, it's health management, it's hospitality, all in one. And there's people pulling at you and tugging at you, and you know, trying to get you to sing or get your French fries or get a soda, and you're managing it and you're building the tips. It's a skill. I don't think
and people come right up to you while you're singing and start talking to you. That always baffles me.
Yeah.
Baffles me.
Yeah, especially
You're right,
especially
though.
piano bar. Piano bar is a job like no other. I have so much respect. I did it for 25 years or so, and I it got to the point where, and I promised myself if I ever get like jaded about it, I'm just gonna go move on to something else. And it's just, I think it's the hardest job ever, especially because you have to be nice to people, and they can be as rude to you as they feel like it, but you still have to
Yeah, it's a
and you have
skill.
to sing well, and
Skill.
it's absolutely, it's a skill in numerous ways,
Yeah.
musically, psychologically, emotionally. It's a
You know what?
tough job.
I mean, this is a joke, but it's the truth. I always say this on the mic, and sometimes I put it in shows because it's a God's honest truth. One day I was at the duplex. It was almost 4 in the morning, and I had this like amazing deja vu. I was like, "Wait, what am I feeling? Like, this feels so familiar." And I realized what it was because I was also substitute teaching at the time,
Mhm.
and that day I had a kindergarten class, and I said, "Wow." A kindergarten class and the duplex at 4 a.m. feels exactly the same way. Someone always wants my attention, someone always cries, and someone always pees their pants.
About right.
Maria, what did I jump to out of all those restaurants and bars in New York? What am I doing now? Working with
You're
5,
working with
6, 7,
kids.
8-year-olds. And it's the same
It's the
language.
same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
You just, people that drink, you're dealing with like, it's.
yeah.
But anyway, okay, let's take a quick break because we got to do the food section of our show. And I want to, Brenda Karina has joined us. Lynn Portis, my musical director and best friend,
Genius.
has joined us. Genius. By the way, I know it seems early, but Lynn and I are doing a show May 18th in Boston at Club Cafe, which is a
Oh,
gorgeous club. We're in the back room, the Moonshine Room. It's got 100 seats. So if you are a Boston person, I'm going to be posting that information all over the place soon and sending it to you. But please put that date aside. It's a 7:30 show. It's a Thursday night. Okay, Connie Angelili has joined us. She's my neighbor, my dad's next door neighbor. Hi,
Oh,
Connie. And it
wow.
was just her anniversary. Her and her husband Joe were married 50 years. So shout out to Joe and Connie Angelili. Happy 50th
Congratulations.
anniversary this month. How wonderful is that?
That's some hard work, that's
That,
for
but
sure.
they're both so great. Like they're the sweetest people
But I
in
mean,
the
that's
world.
that's a generation of people that I feel
Yeah,
understand the commitment of a marriage, what it
absolutely.
entails. And 50 years with the same person. Look at my parents. Oh my god, they drive me crazy.
I know, I know. And I mean, I won't even go into my parents. My poor mother was a saint. But Rena said she can't wait. Rena, I'm so glad you're coming. I'm going to send you the poster this week. I just had it made. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this, Marty and Tracy, but every week on my show, I also cook for the show because I like to stay creative. I can't just ask my guests to come on the show and be creative if I cannot rise to the occasion. So I cook every week. This week I made a delicious flounder. This
Oh
is
wow.
oh,
yes, because
that
I'm on
looks
the keto. So thank you.
Ooh.
I made a so this is I have to write it down because I'll forget. Flounder marinated in sherry, garlic, Old Bay, capers, and this stuff called 21 Salute that I get at Trader Joe's that has everything you can imagine, like garlic,
mm,
onion, thyme, rosemary, and some lemon. And I just sauteed that in some butter, and then put a little broccoli on that.
Mm.
No carbs. Oh, also roasted red peppers and onions. That's
mm.
that. And then I figured since I'm having seafood and I'm from Massachusetts, what better than coleslaw, homemade coleslaw?
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Delicious. Okay, so that is red cabbage, yellow cabbage, carrots. I put some dried cranberries in there.
That's what that is.
Yes, dried cranberries. And then I have this vinegar. It's Sicilian lemon vinegar. And then I just got this truffle salt.
You're
I'm
making me
about to lose
hungry.
my mind. I know, Marty. I'm trying. Truffle
Yeah.
salt. I love
Mm,
anything
beautiful.
truffle. This is truffle salt I put in there.
Me too.
And for dessert, since I am on the keto, but it also is President's Day, I have
Hey.
strawberries, blueberries, and whipped cream. There's my red, white, and blue dessert.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
and this is total keto. I can have it. I don't have to feel guilty.
Listen, Maria, make them feel bad. I was on Maria's show twice before COVID,
Right.
when she would actually do that cooking for us as
Oh,
guests. And we
mean.
would
wow.
with her.
You're
Wow.
Like,
being
once it was
mean.
me, and then once it was Clearly Now, right?
I
It
know.
was
I know.
me, Sean, and Lena. That was
You,
fun.
Sean, and Lena.
Oh.
You know what? I
Food is
used to do it.
delicious and always beautiful.
Thank you,
Really.
honey. I may go back to doing it once in a while. Now, what's happened is people are so used to like zooming in, and also people are back to work, so it's hard for them to get. I'm all the way up in Washington Heights. You know, it's a hike. But I
Yeah,
may. Go
but now
back
that
to
you're
doing
saying
that.
you're going to start cooking again,
I'm going to pick
People
up
go up there
Marcus.
for a meal.
I'm booking my flight.
Marty, come on.
I'm going to pick
Come
up
on up.
Marcus.
I'll
We're
cook
going
for
to
you.
take a ride. We're coming up to eat some of that
You
right
don't
now.
understand. If you show up, I'll cook every time. I love to cook.
Hey,
One of my
Maria, you don't
Marcus will bring his
understand. This
voice. I'll bring
man,
my sax, and you'll play piano.
nothing comes between him and his music other than his food.
Food.
Oh my God.
We could be like 15 minutes early for a break,
Yeah.
and he's hungry, and he's starting to see he's like, my burger's out. Well, I'm going to stop it. I'm like, oh, we got 15 minutes left in this set. And he's like, I got to eat.
Maria,
like
I think
you,
we should.
Marty.
I think we should play. I think we should show Marty your best bolognese advertisement, your marinara advertisement.
Oh, I also,
I-
yeah, make. I make sauce now and sell it in quarts.
Can we
I
show
started
it to
doing
him?
that during COVID. Sure, go ahead,
Oh,
Leo.
geez.
Wow. Look at this sauce here. I mean, it looks good. The ingredients look good. Everything looks good. The container looks good. Everything looks really nice. But, I don't know. Is it any good?
Is it any good? A fucking face is on it.
Because I sell sauce and I do the label is my face and it says what's the story with Maria. So those are two of my coworkers, Mario Davila and Nate Buccieri.
And
But-
we'll fight
Oh.
over that. Maria showed me a picture where they were taking shots. They were pouring marinara in a shot glass.
Wait.
Oh my God.
This is
Nice.
truth. There's a place around the corner from Brandy's called Ethel's, and it's like a go-go bar, and they have food. And I don't even know because one of the girls comes in and buys bolognese, right? She's like, I need like a bunch tonight because the guys also like it. I'm like, sure, all right. So she takes it, and then piano player Elliot Roth goes over there, and he said, you're not going to believe what's happening over there with your bolognese. They heated it up, and they're doing shots. I said, bolognese? They were toasting to the bolognese.
Yeah.
It's that good, Marty. It's
I
that
know.
good.
I'm going to have to try it. Now I have to come out.
You have to come out here. If you and Marcus come out here and Tracy, you're welcome. I will cook for us.
By the way,
Jam. I
say
have a
hello.
piano.
Well,
Say
I'm
hello
on
to
the
what-
keto as well. So
I'll
so
cook
that
for
meal
us.
that meal that you have right in back of you looks incredible to me.
I'm very often on the keto, so I'll make something delicious for us, and then I'll make pasta for the guys.
Do me a favor, say hello to Lynn Portis for me. She was originally a Staten Islander years ago.
I know. So
We
you
know each other.
Lynn Portis. Oh, I
Of
love
course.
that.
A magnificent pianist.
She is magnificent. Lynn and I have been best friends since 1992.
Oh,
She was
wow.
the musical director for Tony and Tina's wedding. I had just started there. We've remained best friends ever since, and we have done many, many, many shows.
She's got
And
the
now-
biggest heart.
Oh, she's the best person. And Marty, I don't know if you remember her kids. They were probably little back then, but now one's a doctor, one's a nurse, and two are engineers.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually recently became friends with the gentleman who played bass with her in Tony Tina's wedding.
Tony Ventura.
Sure.
Oh, I played with him.
yeah,
Oh
he's a
yeah.
wonderful,
I haven't seen him for
wonderful
years.
gentleman. Great stand-up bass and electric bass player. He's
Marty,
done some work, Marcus, with Emily too.
Oh my God, he's so talented. Here's
Yeah.
some crazy things. You remember the musician I told you I ran into? And he said, I just turned 71. My wife said, when are you going to retire? It was Tony
Oh
Ventura.
wow, I didn't know that.
Full circle.
I was at the post office and I ran into Tony Ventura.
Oh wow,
Wow.
He's a wonderful
Wow.
person, great bass
Listen, you
player.
stop doing your music. You stop doing what you're passionate about. I know for me,
It's over.
music, I would have been dead 20 times over in my life with all the loss I've had, and I'm the Black Widow. I mean, it keeps me alive. It keeps
Yeah.
me.
Hmm.
Music
You know-
is my food.
Can I inspire you guys? I had my camp with the my kids this week, and we were doing a karaoke class so they can learn to sing out and stuff like that. Beatles was number one on their choice list.
Really?
I love it.
Again,
I
number
love
The
it.
one.
little
A couple other
8-year-olds.
songs.
Smart
Yeah,
kids.
8-year-olds.
Wow.
Yeah,
There,
and I swear none of them
there
are
is
over
hope for
9
the
years old.
future.
Right?
Great. So then you know what, Leo? I'm gonna just another little a shameless plug. I can talk about some things, right? My vocal trio, clearly now, Sean Harkness and Lena Katrakis, and
Amazing.
myself.
Amazing.
We're thinking that season 5 is going to be not a Lennon and McCartney tribute, a Beatles tribute.
Yeah.
And we're looking to do
Oh,
like
wow.
maybe Chelsea's Table and Stage, 54 Below. Very kind of like ice, because we talked about getting the crowd isolated, instead of like every month, like ridiculous. But
Yeah.
we're thinking of doing that in the fall. That's our next
beautiful.
project.
Well,
Lena just played Birdland. I was
I
there.
know.
I saw the pictures. I'm so
It
jealous.
was great. It was great.
Yeah, we promoted
Tracy,
her
were you,
last week.
were you there?
Me?
Say?
I think I had a gig down the street. So yeah.
I am like so uncomfortable in those settings, which is like I ran to my seat, saw the show. I was with my friend Roz, and I'm like, okay, now we're gonna go, because like everybody from the cabaret community was there, and it's just like
Right.
I don't know, it's just
Well, you know what
I
I
don't know,
find? I can finish
I'm like
this
shy
story.
in social settings, like even at the restaurants. Tracy said about being a piano bar player, right? That you have to be friendly and nice. And when we first got into the restaurants, Marty was like, "You can't go out and have a cigarette. You got to go like we had a table of like 20 women in
Socialize.
front of us this weekend.
Yeah.
They were like jumping up. They were like, Marcus, and like so I went over there with the mic. I'm the only guy that goes out and finds 20, 50-year-old heterosexual women that are like, oh my God, Grimace. And I can't find one gay man. But no, he's right. Since I've been forming relationships like that with people in the restaurant, like you said, Tracy, in the piano bars too. And Maria, you know this. You're the queen of this. You've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
Then you'll see a different, like we were talking about tips, Leo, right? We're seeing that now. People want to feel special.
Yeah,
Marcus,
and
They
they
want to feel that you're giving them some personal attention.
And you know
and
what?
talk.
You are giving them personal attention. You are giving them a song that makes them feel happy. You're giving them your time, and they are so good to us. Like I always say, we can sing all we want, but if nobody's listening, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
So we need our audiences. We appreciate our audiences. So, which brings me to, we have sadly come to the end of our show. So,
Alrighty.
I want to remind everybody, Sundays in Staten Island at Ralph's, 1571 Richmond Road. Go and see Marty and Marcus. And then Marcus is at Cafe Wa this Sunday with Emily. And that is a 7:00 show. And Cafe
Maria.
Wa, what, honey?
And one last thing, could I say one last thing?
Of
Tracy,
course.
I'm going to say, you said May 18th, you're in Boston. I know you said it's a far ways away, but, people always say they have scheduling conflicts. We will be doing our Jimmy Webb show May 6th at Don't Tell Mama. That's our first show.
Yes, and you told me that,
So-
and I'm so
Put
excited.
it on your calendar.
So
Who's ever
that
listening.
falls on a Sunday or Saturday?
It
or?
is on a Saturday night. Yeah.
I work at Brandy's on
Yeah.
a Saturday, but I think your show's early enough. I might be able to swing by and then go to Brandy's. So,
Oh.
I just wanna-
Jimmy,
I want to say
yes,
thank
Marty.
you. I want to say
Oh,
thank
you're
you to you
welcome.
and Leo for having me. Great to see you, Tracy. Always great
Good
to
to
see
see
you,
you,
Marcus.
Marty.
We were together. We saw each other for
Valuable
three
talk.
nights in a row. So he probably got tired of looking at me, but nevertheless, it's always great
Oh
to chat
no,
with
Marty,
everybody.
you're adorable.
I
Now
thank
I'm
you
gonna
for
have
your
to cook
time.
for you, Marty. I'm gonna have to cook for Marty. Marty, I'm gonna just make you a big thing of meatballs and just
Oh.
call it a day.
Oh, please.
bring in-
And you let me know, and Marcus and I will drive up, and he'll sing. I'll play the sax, and you play some piano.
Oh my God!
Leo, you
forget
sing?
about it. Leo sings very well.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll bring
Nice.
Tracy.
And
We'll
we'll
make
get
it a whole
Emily,
party.
Tracy, we'll get Emily, Sean, and Lena to swing by. It'll just be a jam.
Yeah, we'll just
There
hang
you go.
out.
Oh, that sounds great.
You know
Like
what?
a
As a matter of
salon.
fact, and I'll throw this out right now, May 21st is my birthday. So May 22nd is a Monday, right? And I'm having a musicians party for my birthday at the Stonewall Inn upstairs. Just musicians. I'm inviting, and I'm telling people, everybody. I had another one a few months ago. People bring their instruments. They get up. We rotate out. People get up and sing. It's a huge jam session.
There's a
And
rumor about that party, Maria.
yes, because you're
Uh-oh.
coming to town, so I had to throw it then.
I,
And
I was at one of those at your house. That was
yes, at
great.
but it's
That's
gotten
right, that
too big.
took
It's
off.
gotten too
I
big
love
for the
that.
house now. So Marty, I'm going to send out an invitation to you as well.
Thank you.
Please bring your sax or whatever you want, and
If
I will
Marcus
bring the
wants to go,
meatballs.
we'll carpool and we'll go up, and
Yes,
I'll go
I'll
with my
bring
appetite
meatballs for you,
ready.
Marty. I'll bring meatballs for you.
Maria,
I'll bring
thank you
some
for
great
reaching out to
pizza
me
bread from Staten
and
Island.
asking us
Staten,
to do
Brent, you
this.
bring the bread from Staten Island. Marcus, thank you. But this is how I want to end the show. I'm going to go around. We'll start with, why don't we start with Tracy, and we'll go around this way. And I want everybody to send out, I like to leave a message of hope for other creative people out there. What would you say about either staying in the game or enjoying what you like, whatever you want to leave them with?
Yes, whatever your creative outlet is, just keep at it. Don't worry about what anybody says. Just keep doing it and love what you do.
Love that. Marty G, what do you got to say, baby?
I'm going to be 60 this year, and I'm grateful that I'm playing with Marcus Simeone and meeting some great other musicians that he knows. I consider myself blessed, and I'm happy that the reaction that we're getting from people is great. So just do your thing and have fun, and hopefully people like what you're doing. It's all good. Stick with it.
Yeah,
Keep going.
I love that. Marcus, what do you want to leave our people with?
I would say do some self-assessment. If you can absolutely not live without whatever it is, whether it's music, art, drawing, painting, writing, creating, if you cannot live without it, then the choice has been made for you. You must keep going, because if you don't keep going, you lose the very life, the essence, and the passion of who you are.
Yes,
So don't stop.
absolutely. Now, I just want to throw this in there. I know we're going a tiny bit over, but Danielle, our friend Danielle, she's a spiritual medium and she does healing and all kinds of stuff. I had an amazing quantum. You go to her website, she's got a lot of things, but I had the quantum session where she actually can talk to the other side. It's mind blowing. But she told me that, like, if there's electrical glitches and things like that, sometimes it has to do with the other side is trying to communicate. And I got to say, Marcus, this came to me while the show was going on. Who's to say Greg isn't saying hello tonight? Because every one of us had a little bit of some kind of a glitch
Oh, yeah, true.
electronically. And
Sure.
Greg was a great guy. And so that's what I'd like to believe tonight, that people
Wow.
were with us, special people that appreciate music and what we do. And so I'm going to leave you with that. Jerry Schiffer, my manager at the Duplex, has chimed in. He's a lovely, wonderful human being. Everybody, thank you so much for coming to our
Thank
show.
you.
We're here every Tuesday. Thank you so much.
Thank
From
you.
9 to 10. And we also go live on Facebook. And all our shows are archived on Facebook. So, Leo, I think this is 287.
286.
286?
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
We
So-
didn't count the Masterpiece Theater wasn't full
Oh, all
episode
right.
because it was a
280
retribution.
I love that. 286. So go and check out our What's the Story with Maria YouTube channel. Has all our shows archived, and you can see Marcus's other shows that he's been on. Tracy, so lovely to see
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
you. So welcome. And Marty, so nice to
Thank
meet you,
you.
honey.
Thank you. Nice to meet you
And
also.
we'll see you again. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye now.
you.